We actually might be going into World War III. I'm sure you're aware of the situation with Ukraine and Russia, which, let's say worst case scenario, Russia invades. It'll start off with United States sending money and eventually troops if it doesn't work out. Japan is promising involvement and Venezuela has a chance to get involved. The UK will get involved if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on this, but I think Russia does have some support in Eastern Europe from other countries as well. I'm sure everyone is aware that China has been causing issues in the South China Sea and is looking for a reunification with Taiwan. Relations with North Korea and the United States are sinking, and while I haven't heard much, but there's a chance Iran could attack Israel. Germany is also trying to block the UK from delivering shipments to Ukraine. We've seen tensions rise before and things that seem scary, but so much shit is building up in such a short time. Wasn't there a Russia-Ukraine WW3 conflict brewing up last year also, but nothing happened? The doomsday clock was moved to 100 seconds not too long ago. Pandemic, depression, war. This is probably just a way for the military-industrial complex to make money. I don't think anybody wants to start WW3. Especially not over Ukraine. Side note, a virus leaked from a lab in Wuhan, China, causing worldwide chaos, and none of the global powers started knocking on China's door for answers, yet every country is all of a sudden rushing into Ukraine because Russia bad. That is some BS. The EU is in an energy crisis because they went all green energy and shut down nuclear plants, and Daddy Russia holds all the oil and gas. They will be doing exactly what Russia wants them to do for the time being. We are already in it, buddy. It began in March 2020. Not many people know this, but the aggression from China and Russia is actually being instigated by activists, and so they can base a new Call of Duty game on this conflict. All the old wars and conflicts are getting stale. 10% for the big guy. Wait until Russia invades Ukraine and then a month later China invades Taiwan and America is double fucked. 100k troops with tanks on the border with Ukraine. Think about that for a moment. What does that do? Scares the public through media, overblown scaremongering, more division in the world, that's it. What does that do military? Nothing. It is perfect target practice for all troops and equipped to be in known locations. They could be depleted pretty instantly if required. Diplomats and country leaders talking shit through with smiles and reusable coffee cups. They are smirking at us all because we are so dumb. WQP-NOWAR. More lies, more media manipulation equals division. Ukraine is not worth it. I'm Ukrainian for your information. I hope even the corrupt realizes how devastating a nuclear war will be. I start the war to while the most powerful nation has an inuit president. We're already in it, but it's getting hotter by day. May I predict that Russia will advance in the next week? China in April. I still fail to see how the United States will be affected, and how this will cause Willie. We all know Joey B isn't going to do anything. Just like Obama and Syria. No one did a thing when Crimea was seized. China will watch and make adjustments and strike as well. A weak United States president is when other global leaders make their move. Nothing too brain-straining about that one. What's crazy is I mentioned this to some co-workers today, and they basically shrugged it off. The majority of the American people don't even care, or think about the threat of war anymore. It's mind-boggling. China, Russia, Iran, Syria and North Korea on one side vs pretty much the rest of the world. Joe Biden, WW3 can be avoided if all of you get vaccinated. Don't worry folks, it's all part of the show. Popcorn time. Remember, love is always the way. The news is not a set of facts. You feel like you do because you're being manipulated. I don't see there being a protracted land war over the Ukraine with United States help, or help from Europe for that matter. Why? I do think that Russia will invade the Ukraine, but I think they will be too successful in their efforts and just roll through the country, with total capitulation occurring within a week with only a small handful of territory in Ukrainian hands. It will happen too quickly for NATO or the USA to be able to react, and it will be a fait accompli before the West can truly respond. The only situation where I can see it spreading into a wider conflict is if the Ukraine puts up a stiff resistance and there is armed conflict, with boots on the ground from both sides for 2 weeks or more. With that said, I stand firmly on the side of the Ukrainian people and believe that we, the West, should do more to stop Russian aggression.